I've always found dreams to be a very inspiring part of my life. I think the idea that has always fascinated me about dreams is the realization that everything within that dream is created by your own mind as you experience it. And it's that peculiar relationship between the creative part of imagining a world, imagining someone talking to you, and then the realization that as you absorb that world, you're not aware of the fact that you've actually created it. So if you're talking to somebody in a dream, you're supplying both halves of that conversation, but you seem to be experiencing just from one half. And I think that what that says about the potential of the human mind is quite extraordinary. And Inception is intended to be a film that tries to explore the exciting possibilities of what that says about the human mind and the infinite potential of the human mind. I think Leo's performance is extraordinary in the film, and I think that when I look at the finished film, it seems essential that extraordinary performance be the focus for the audience, be the guide for the audience. I think otherwise it would be very easy to otherwise it would be very easy to get lost in the world of Inception. I think it's very important to have that point of focus for the audience's sympathy and the audience's attention. I think Leo provides that in an incredibly moving way. It was very important to the script of Inception that there'd be a conduit for the audience, that there'd be a character who's new to this world, who's being shown this world and is very eager to soak it up and to explore it the way the audience is. And that's how the character of Ariadne was born. And when we looked to cast it, when I met with Ellen, she just seemed to have that perfect combination of freshness. You can believe she's new to this world and everything, but she's got this maturity beyond her years. She's got this sort of savvy about her that lets her not just experience the world for the first time the way the audience is, convincingly, but also she's able to really see through the other characters, particularly Leo. She's able to really get to and see the core of that character. And that also is a very important thing for the audience. The audience has to see Cobb through Ariadne's eyes. And Ellen's just an extraordinary performer and truly a delight to work with. He's a performer who not just finds the interior life of the character, but he also finds the physical expression of that through his movements and expressions and so on. And there was a very physical aspect of this character that Joe was totally up for, which involved a lot of wire work, a lot of learning how to fight in very peculiar rigs, what gravity's changing and so forth. And he refused to let me use a stuntman for any of it. He just got in there and learned it all from the ground up, and he's extremely acrobatic. At the beginning of the film, we really find out that Cobb is an extractor, and he's the best extractor in the game. This game of corporate espionage, this game of accessing a subject's subconscious through their dreams and using that access to their subconscious to steal things from them. Ideas, corporate secrets, things that they're not able to hide when an extractor has access to their subconscious. Well, really at the heart of Inception is the notion that an idea is indeed a resilient parasite. It's like a virus. It can be communicated to other people once it's fully understood. It can't be ignored. It can't be forgotten. A trace of it will be there in your brain somewhere. And it's this that forms the basis for extractors and what they're able to do in terms of retrieving ideas and information from somebody's brain. And indeed the idea of planting ideas and information in somebody's brain. It's all based on the persistence of an idea, the notion that a concept that is fully understood will seat itself in the subconscious somewhere. It's impossible to unlearn something. For Inception, we doubled the number of countries. We shot in 6 countries, and we put on a very grand scale production in all the places we went to. And I think what that lends the film is in the different geographical and the different layers of reality. There's incredible texture and incredibly different textures to each space in the film, whether it's a different space in somebody's mind or whether it's just another part of the world. By shooting all over the place in real locations, we were able to get a very, very large amount of texture into the film, a very large number of different looks and feels and different forms of architecture, particularly For me, that's how you really give the audience a grand scale entertainment, is to really take them someplace. It was very important to me that we do as much as possible in camera. I always prefer to try and shoot absolutely as much as possible for real, and then use technology to enhance that or change that in some ways. And so with some of our more exotic effects, some of the more interesting things that happen in the film, whether it's gravity change or things like that, we tried to find real world solutions to those problems. And I think that anything that can be achieved in camera that clearly is a real person struggling with a real environment, I think the audience pays much more attention to that. I think they're much more involved with that. And I think modern technology and computer graphics are incredibly useful for enhancing that experience. They're incredibly useful for building out from what you can achieve in camera. But I think that it's very important to me that we go to the absolute limit of what it's possible to shoot and then use that technology. And so with the environments we were shooting in, whether it was shooting, a ski chase down a mountain, or shooting underwater, or shooting in a massive city environment and creating rain for that environment, those kind of things, we've done an enormous amount of that in camera. I think Inception combines a lot of different genres, a lot of different types of movie making that I'm interested in. Primarily, it's, I think, a massively entertaining, grand scale action film. It's something of a heist movie. It's something of a science fiction film. It really combines a lot of different elements. It's also a love story, I think, at the heart of it. So I like to think there's a little something for everybody in there. Certainly for me, my ambition was to create a story in a world that embraced all different types of human experience, all the different types of grand scale Hollywood, entertainment that I like to imagine is going to come on screen when I sit in the movie theater.